What the fuck? Whoa, hey, yeah. I think that's a new record for me dropping an F-bomb on the show. But Dali's not here. He can't yell at me for not.
Dad's not here.
Yeah, Dad's gone. Dad is gone. I should post the tweet.
If he wanted something different, he should have stayed.
Yeah.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
No, yeah, Dali's gone. It is I, JJ, with the keys to the kingdom today. So it's gonna be real unhinged now. Look at this group we got going on here.
All we can do is if we get Tom in here.
Oh yeah,
it's just gonna go real weird.
I don't want to catch COVID from Tom.
Yeah,
ew.
E-COVID's the worst. Anyways, I'm JJ.
2024 COVID is the worst.
Yeah, getting COVID in 2024. Who does that?
Yeah.
Why did the post in Discord include the Dr. Disrespect icon from last week?
I don't know, but I love it.
Why did it do that?
I don't know how. It's too late. No. I thought I changed it, but it's too late.
No.
Anyways, over there is Johnny.
What's up? I'm Johnny. Yeah. I'm here. I'm the best gamer in town. And want me, bro.
Yeah. Below me over here is Taylor.
Yeah, what up?
And over there, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it, Zach, because
Zach, prove it.
Yeah, no, there he is. Zach.
What's that? Zach, what's that meme from? That last one.
I don't know. I just found it.
You don't even know.
It looks like Boogie and Death Stranding. What is going on?
Oh wait! The Boogie one. It's Boogie in Call of Duty 4. Whenever they shoot the captain or whatever.
Things are going great for that guy right now.
Yeah, that one
really happened.
Fucking Boogie memes. That's what you've stooped to. I thought you were better than that.
I thought you were better than that, Zach. I don't know why I thought that, but I did.
Yeah, I mean that was a mistake on my part, to be honest.
How y'all doing? What's going on? Y'all having fun? Ready for the 4th?
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
We're all Americans here.
Right?
So we should be thrilled. We should be shooting our guns off in the air right now.
Right.
And everything.
Well,
who says I'm not?
Yeah.
As you all know, I'm not a communist.
Yeah.
And,
sure, buddy.
I'm ready to have an eagle swoop down, drop a firework on my butthole.
Yeah. What else?
We saw your comic this morning.
No, don't talk about the comic. It's not.
I was just starting to get close, man.
You gotta wait for tomorrow to see what Johnny truly feels of the holiday season.
My city's doing the fireworks show tonight, so I don't know.
Yeah.
They did mine on Monday night.
My city
Monday night.
The local baseball team does theirs. The Tacoma Rainiers does theirs on the 3rd, and that's our fireworks display.
I was talking to my wife, and she was like, "Wait, it was tonight? Why we should have gone?" And then they didn't start that shit until like 9:30 p.m.
Well, it's getting like the sun doesn't go down until like
Listen, don't get me wrong. I know I'm aware of the summer solstice, but that being said, like they said,
you're not getting home until like
they said it starts at dusk.
Yeah,
dusk is before sunset. Well, that's not how that works. Well, you can't say that it starts at dusk and then start.
Well, that's what you get for trusting the government. So,
Johnny,
that's right.
Yeah,
exactly right.
Already going great. Hell yeah, brother.
All right.
I have zero
pivot.
Hey, video games, everybody. I am trying to find news. I got nothing.
Something has to have dropped.
Let's see. That guy went to prison in the UK for 4 months for having a 6-inch Master
Sword toy. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Xbox Live went down for a good chunk of time today. That was fun.
Okay. Really, nothing else happened since last week.
Just people are they
I wasn't
announced,
here. I wasn't here last week. So what were we talking about last week?
Because pretty much everyone's surely focused on Elden Ring DLC.
I'm sure that's not what it is.
Yeah, and they did announce a new Resident Evil is being produced or made right now. We're working on the next one.
Like 9 or what?
Yeah, well, they're working on the next. They didn't number it, but 9. But because Capcom had a thing today. Capcom had a thing today or yesterday.
Did they announce Ghost Trick 2 or what?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
It was what they announced. What they showed off was OS version of Resident Evil 7. That was their. And then announced.
What version of Resident Evil 7?
An iOS version of and the map.
It's so funny to me that there was the whole discourse about wow, nobody's buying those iOS versions of full price games, huh? And then Capcom's like, yo, look what we got.
We got Resi 7, baby. Sega talked about the new Crazy Taxi being a massively multiplayer.
I did hear about that
AAA adventure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's everybody's wondering about what the next Crazy Taxi is going to be and how open world it's going to be.
Yeah, I really wish it was just if they just went PUBG with Crazy Taxi, we dropped 99 taxis into.
Sounds actually more interesting than what I imagined. What were you gonna say, Johnny?
I said I'm really curious what that even means.
It doesn't mean anything, man. It means that they don't know what they're making. It means that they're just gonna fucking.
Somebody made a massive map and they're trying to figure out what.
Behold, look what we've developed. It's everything anything that it could be.
It's absolutely absurd to refer to Crazy Taxi as AAA in any sense of the word.
Should be. It should be. The freaks over at the Crazy Taxi Discord are going nuts right now.
They're fucking living it up. You wouldn't believe.
Yeah. Nintendo says they have a plan to prevent scalping for the Switch 2, but there shouldn't be any problem with getting Switch 2s out.
They're just banking on the fact hey, there's no chip shortage anymore.
Yeah, so the semiconductors are fine now, guys.
We're just gonna assume that everything's okie dokie.
No, they're gonna have Pinkertons at every store.
Get our shit rocked. Just go in there, yeah. Let's see. I'm back in June 27th here, so they announced the new the remastering Star Wars Bounty Hunter that's coming to PS4.
Thank God. Thank God. How long do I have to wait, man?
I think more interesting. Capcom did announce that Dead Rising. They're calling it a remaster, but it's very clearly a remake. That's
pretty weird,
right?
That they're not just when everybody takes 1 second to look at it, they're like, yo, this is a remake, and they're like, it's a remaster, man. Okay, and you're like, why? What are we doing here? Why are we playing a song and dance? It's it's okay to call it a remake.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just makes it feel like they're worried about the moniker of it being a remake, which makes it just feel weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
About maybe they're just worried about the expectations of what a remake is versus a remaster.
Yeah,
and that makes me concerned for the product that they're trying to deliver. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
You okay? My dog just came under my legs, and I'm like, is everything
he
all
did
right?
What?
He came. Come here. Come up. Come
Get that dog on screen.
Come here, buddy. It's
over there now.
Oh,
yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's too strong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you all right?
I don't know. Did anyone else see or hear? And the Watch Dogs movie is officially underway.
Who cares?
Yeah. Who gives a shit? Yeah.
Why are they making a Watch Dogs movie though? Why would they do that?
Because they think that.
Did they
I
ever
don't
try?
know.
Did they ever try to make an Assassin's Creed movie? Did they try to do
They-
that?
Yeah, they
They
came
already
out.
did.
Oh, it came out.
But Michael-
yeah,
With,
that's really memorable.
Fassbender was in it.
Yeah,
as-
Michael Fassbender.
Was he really?
Yeah,
when did
It
that
had
come
that-
out?
and they did a
had
Prince
that
of Persia
weird-
one with Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Oh, it's Bobby
I remember
Brown.
that one.
Remember that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
didn't
just
watch
natural.
either one of
Middle
them, but
Easter, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, they made Lego sets for that Prince of Persia set movie too.
What the hell?
Yeah,
what the
but like I guess in terms of like
What the Sigma?
what the
conceptually, Watch Dogs like is the most interesting movie they could
Yeah,
make.
I mean,
It's
like
not
here's the
going
thing is
to
that
be,
like
but-
that's what's so like ironic to me about it is the fact that like Watch Dogs makes the most interesting movie capable, but
Yeah.
only if you just ignore everything about the game, right?
But Watch Dogs, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's like okay, yeah, just take this world and make a cool movie out of it, and it's basically kind of like reverse Minority Report. I feel like it's
Yeah.
like what if you were the guy that wasn't the cop in Minority Report?
Because like Watch Dogs is just built on the concept of just fucking with people's days with your cell phone, and you're not going to replicate that in a movie. So what the fuck do you do?
Nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll probably do
like you said, it's gonna be
We'll
Minority.
probably
Report.
create something as memorable as what the Assassin's Creed movie.
Assassin's Creed movie that you don't remember
Apparently.
was, yeah.
Gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
Maybe what we'll do is that after the Prince of Persia remake comes out, we'll remake the movie too.
Sure. So in 2045, we're gonna
Yeah.
get the Prince of Persia.
That's fine.
movie.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Ubisoft they want to be a movie studio, man.
What about UB Hard?
Where's where we are in our time of need?
Just make a Rabbids movie.
Maybe hard.
Just make a Rabbids movie. It's an instant win.
You are. Why isn't anybody asking about me be hard?
Maybe hard.
Stupid. That is so dumb.
I'm right here.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I'm right here. Listen, that's not going to stop me from taking your jokes. That's fine.
No, that's all right. You enhanced it. That's called a punch
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, see?
A bunch of.
We've all taken improv classes. We know
Yeah,
it's-
I have not. I've just learned from
Aw.
the best.
yeah. Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
He was the only person available. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he started going to therapy, and then his funny factor kind of.
Oh no.
I think the worst thing about my comedy is now that I'm happy.
But we kid, but we love each other.
Let me hold on. Let me do the classic Google search. Video
Game.
news.
I'm gonna go to Gaming News Reddit and see.
I head on over to GameStop.
The Riyadh Cup is offering a bigger prize pool than the PGA. Is that Dota 2?
I don't know.
Look at
I
Maybe?
haven't.
I
Zach,
don't know.
you're the only one that would know
It's-
the answer. to
It's
this.
Bloomberg, so I can't load the
What's
full
what's
article.
The question?
The Riyadh Cup offering a bigger prize pool than PGA.
Why would I know about that?
I don't know. You're the only one that knows about these online games, man. You.
I mean, they might be doing. I mean, Riyadh is it's just basically. I mean, short version is Saudi Arabia sports washing. So I mean, like it could be any. It could be any esport.
Yeah.
It could be Dota 2. Like I know that Riyadh they did it for Dota 2. I don't know if now they're doing it for League of Legends, or if they're doing it for both. I don't.
Is this the thing with the big trophy where they got it's like in the middle of like a square and like, yeah. So I do know something about this.
So anyway, it was from Bloomberg, and it was Esports World Cup. Riyadh offers a bigger prize pool than PGA. Oh, that's what it is. Is that they're told that they're hosting the Esports World Cup there, and I mean, there's been a bunch of discourse about it. You know, how are we supposed to survive if we don't take this money, kind of thing, from a lot of esports orgs and things like that. And
so that's going to be at the Kydia booth at the next pass.
Yeah, Kydia. They're. I mean, it'll be at the esports town center virtual reality square.
I'm still a member of that Discord, and I get
how's it doing
every
over
once
there?
in a while. People are very enthusiastic about
I'm
nothing.
sure. I'm sure. Definitely.
Some guy did post photos of the desk he won, though. So the desk that they gave away.
One dude who actually won a desk, and I'm sure that like the 85% of the other people don't exist.
Yeah. A guy flew from Newark to Jacksonville to attack a fellow Arch-Age player with a hammer, so that's cool.
Oh yeah,
that's some real gamer shit right there.
That's I remember Brazilian move right there.
There's definitely a lot of jokes because like there's a Discord that I'm in where like I don't think there's that many people that are from New Jersey in it, and so when that came out, it was like that a dude from New Jersey flew to do it. It was like I definitely was taking a lot of heat on that one. Unnecessarily.
Damn, Taylor.
Oh, Taylor's your best friend.
Listen, I'm just saying that his mugshot was there and it was not me.
It was very much the opposite of you in a lot of ways.
Yeah, man, in several ways, multiple.
Yeah.
But
boy, it really was a.
I don't know. Was there any? Let's see. Oh, you know what? Nintendo is suing the people that making those flash carts.
Oh yeah, and I saw that there was a headline that said Nintendo gave them an option to just walk away from it, and they
did. They really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I think I saw like a Kotaku headline.
Yeah, and it was also a Nintendo piracy subreddit moderator also got involved in the litigation, which is kind of that's kind of a big one. But I didn't see exactly which flash card it was. I'm assuming it was one of the ones where you just put the SD card in. You dump
it looks like it says MIG devices. So yeah, that would be the
unrelated. Those devices are really cool.
Yeah.
They're kind of dope in the sense that you don't have to modify your Switch in any way.
Yeah.
And they just work.
Yeah.
That
was
unrelated. I'm not going to tell you how to do it or like why it's cool, but you just have to trust.
Yeah, you just have to trust us, man.
Yeah,
Source, trust us.
Again, the deal is the fact that like the flash cards cost $60. Like, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like
what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
It's kind of wild too that like, and it's gonna be great in the future when those are gonna be like $12 on Amazon.
Inevitably. I mean, probably like 3 weeks after the Switch 2 drops or something like that.
Yeah, you can get an R4 for the 3DS that for like $10 on Amazon right now, and they're all just Chinese.
All right, hold up, real quick.
Yeah,
what is the over under that any flash card, anything, works on the Switch 2 as well as the Switch 1?
Ooh,
in any way.
What is an over under?
I mean, like, it's whatever you want. It's like, you think there's a 20% chance? Is it 20-80? Is it 80-20?
It's like 80. It's like 80-20.
You think it's an 80% chance that it does work?
Yeah, dude. Nintendo doesn't have a good track record.
Just saying. I think about what they did with the Wii U, where they literally they created a way to soft mod the Wii emulator in the Wii U. And it was all of the exact same things that you could do on the original Wii.
Mm-hmm. Nintendo just has a bad track record with this
stuff.
It's
not good.
Like the Switch was the most successful they've ever been with this stuff.
Stop it. They managed to actually patch out a genuine exploit in one of their hardware revisions, which is pretty. I feel like it's kind of like brand new territory for them. Like they didn't do it for the Nintendo DS. Like when they went from the Nintendo DS to the Lite to the DSi, all of the flash cards always continued to work for all of them.
Yeah. Like they kind of were doing stuff for the 3DS occasionally, it wasn't super deep. Every once in a while, one that like if a particular cart, like fucking 3D Cubic Ninja or whatever the hell that game was, like just patched the firmware of the system. Because like people were able to find exploits through just specific games, and they like, but they weren't really good at it. So it's just like, yeah, okay, well, on to the next game that has the exact same exploit. See you guys.
Yeah, dude, like, so yeah, on the Wii, inside of Brawl, Super Smash Brothers Brawl, there was a stage builder.
Yeah.
And they would allow you to like download other people's levels onto an SD card, basically, and you can just like move it around. Well, people figured out that was a bootloader, and you can just bootload custom firmware right into your Switch. I mean, right into your Wii with an SD card.
And in turn, into your Wii soft mod of your Wii U.
Yeah,
the same exact exploit works in both.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then the thing that's interesting to me, at least about the Switch, is it's like to get to that point to where you can mod it, you have to like do some weird finagling with it, right? You have to like make like a paperclip U and like connect two connectors on the side of the Joy-Con, and then it like RCMs into this other thing, and then you can bootload into the custom. So like they at least kind of try with the Switch, but people just figured out a way to like
you can right now the big way to mod GameCubes is to have a Raspberry Pi Pico that you can like solder onto the GameCube itself, and if you just have a hacked game save from like Smash Brothers or like what some of the other Nintendo games, it just opens it up and it lets you load shit from an SD card that you can plug into the serial port at the bottom of the
I'm sure those are really hard to come by too.
Yeah. It's wild. It's so easy to do as long as you just know how to solder one wire. It's just like, yep, okay, well, now I can play every game. No problem. Nintendo. So great. Not as bad as Sega with the Dreamcast, but
true. Honestly, even Sony with the PS Vita TV.
Yeah.
What a wasted effort that was to try and lock that thing down. Why even bother? Why not use it as a selling point instead? The world may never know.
Yeah, Sony has never had any idea what to do with anything other than PlayStation game consoles. Like, you give them anything else that's kind of outside that realm, and they're just like, I don't know.
Oh, dude,
how about no games? That'll work, right?
The custom firmware stuff on the PS3 is really cool. Just you turn it into like a Linux terminal. It's like it's crazy.
That's
wait, this is built on Linux? Always has been.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we had our fun there. Anybody playing anything fun? Anything got any games they've been playing? Taylor, I'll start with you.
Yeah, no, I'll go. I got a few things.
Sorry, Johnny, you didn't speak up fast enough.
Yeah, Johnny, how about you shut the fuck up for one goddamn second?
How about
Shut up. I mean, I'm gonna like
wiping your ass with Garfield.
I'm gonna mesh a bit of like what you've been playing into news. Anybody play First Ascendant? That shit just came out. Anyway, it's a Nexon joint.
What the hell?
It's Nexon first person shooter, looter shooter. I didn't actually play it. Listen, I'm gonna be totally honest. I brought it up to dunk on it. Because not only is it a Nexon developed looter shooter, it like the monetization portion is broken on launch, which is like, man, what a fucking double whammy. Like, how do you do that? But I'm not gonna harp on it. So shit I've been playing. We got a few things. Watch me as I stole.
Steam sale stuff. Any of
yeah, I mean, like a little bit. I played one thing using Steam's Let's Play Together.
Yeah.
But I got the friends who are like, hey, why don't you stop paying attention to your child and play games with us instead? So I played some Ember Knights, which is an early access game. It's a 4-person player roguelite. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I remember you actually. Dali then like reposted it. Zach, put that picture away. So help me God.
I don't even see anything.
You don't see anything?
You don't see anything? You don't see anything? Nothing at all?
I see nothing.
When did you review it, Johnny? How long ago?
A few months
Bring
ago.
it up again, Zach.
I still don't see it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
There
You're
it
on
is.
mobile. You're on mobile, Johnny.
Yeah, I am on mobile.
This is typical. Give me some real fucking co-hosts.
Your dog's doing a better job.
Fine. Yeah.
How is it with other people? Because I was only able to play it solo.
It's really it's actually like it's really competent as a multiplayer roguelike game. You know, it's almost bittersweet because it feels like, and I mean this as endearingly as I can. It's like Hades Light.
That's exactly what I felt.
The stages are similarly sized. The enemies are similarly varied. The abilities they're not similar to the way that Hades does it, but like they're similar in scope. Like the breadth of the options are very similar. And so like if you're playing that as a single player experience, you're like, well, why would I play this over Hades, which gives me all of the same things except is more interesting to play on a repeated basis? And the one thing that exists there is the fact that you can play it with 3 other people. And so and to its credit, it does that part really well. So I was, like I said, I started by doing it with Let's Play Together, which is a Steam function where you do co-op, all hosted from one computer kind of thing. So basically, you know, whoever's co-oping is effectively remoting into that person's PC to put their inputs in. And then I picked it up during the Steam sale because it was on sale. And it's much better that way than, as you can imagine, than playing it off with somebody else's connection and remoting in.
Do you have to have a copy to do that?
No. So the remote play together, that's the beauty of it, is that you are effectively emulating local co-op.
Wow.
So if you wanted to just say like, hey, do you want to try and play this game with me? So similar games like Wizard of Legend does it like that. Mm-hmm. There's a couple other ones like co-op games. I would admit, like anything that offers local co-op, usually I would probably say there's like an 85% overlap where if there's a local co-op option, Steam Let's Play Together will work with it.
Interesting.
I've not actually like run those specific numbers, but that's my guesstimation. So anyway, it's a really neat feature because you're like, you got a buddy that's like, listen, I've got like 2 hours a week to play video games. I'm not going to buy anything. You're like, okay, that's fine. And then you still invite that person to play with you, and they can because they don't have to own it. They're playing your copy remotely.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. But yeah, so I played a bunch of Ember Knights and then I bought it. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's a very competent roguelike, and it just doesn't have quite as much to it as some of the other ones do. But if you want to play one with other people, there's not really many others out there that does that. So that's what I'll say about that. I don't know, it's good. I like it. I also bought and was playing the Riven remake. Riven, the sequel to Myst.
I'm too stupid for that game.
What's that?
I'm too stupid for that game.
You're too stupid.
You're not the right kind of neurodivergent.
You're not the right.
Yeah, I'm not the right kind.
You ain't the right kind of beast for that. That's all right.
I've tried to play Myst. I'm just like, and I just can't, you know.
I love like escape room bullshit, and Myst is like OG escape room bullshit.
It really is.
And like,
really
yeah,
is.
But like OG. Modern escape room stuff kind of likes to hold your hand a little bit and make things obvious.
Even more than this.
Yeah, Myst absolutely does not. Myst actively.
Well, listen, Myst came out in a time where it's like, listen, bitch, you ain't got nothing else to play. All you got is time.
Yeah, you're 386.
Like battle chess.
They got it on. I saw it was in the Quest store. So
yes, so that's part of the reason why I picked it up. So anyway, so I knew Riven was coming out, and I knew that I played the demo when it was on Steam Next Fest.
Yeah,
and I knew that there was a VR version coming out. Oddly enough, when Riven launched, and they were doing like a pre-release sale, like most games do nowadays. It was like save 10% if you buy it, in the first 2 weeks or whatever of the release.
Yeah.
And then what they did during Steam Next Fest, they also were saying, here's a double pack. It's Riven, the remake, also Riven, the sequel to Myst, which is the original Riven.
Yeah.
But if you did the combo pack, it was minus 10% off of the combo. But because Riven Remake was also on sale, it was less expensive than just the Riven Remake.
Hell yeah.
And I chose not to tell the publisher about this, and instead I just bought it. And then I busted out my Oculus Rift, which I have not played in probably like 2.5 years. I lasted about 3 minutes before I got seasick, and then I stopped playing it. I got further in the demo than I did in VR, but it looks really good in VR. I just like the motion sickness. I basically haven't played VR since. Please get away from me, dog. Thank you. I basically haven't played VR since my daughter was born, and it was as rough of a transition as you might imagine. I couldn't. I just straight up couldn't do it. Literally,
and like it's being made in mind for sort of the headsets these days have better FPS and
even better FPS. The Quest 15 that they're on right now.
Yeah.
So that's all I'll say about Riven. It's a really cool puzzle game. I played more of the Steam Next Fest demo, which is like the first probably 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like the first 4 minutes if you know exactly what you're doing.
So in other words, it's like an hour demo for most people.
It probably took me 45 minutes the first time through, because I've never played. I played Myst multiple times. I owned it on my Pentium 2 that I had when I was growing up. But Riven I never did. And I don't know, it's that certain kind of game, and is perfectly emulated in the remake, and it's really nice. Other than that, I did buy Crow Country, but I have not played it yet, so I won't speak to it.
Hey, that game is good.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited to play it, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. Shut up.
You can beat it in like 6 hours. So
a guy like
Taylor ain't got 6 hours to see.
Yeah, a guy like me, probably not 6 hours.
I'm still working on it. I'm like,
I played for whatever reason. I think I was playing Ember Knights, and then I was like, what if I played an even better roguelike game? So I started playing Rogue Legacy 2 again.
Yeah.
Dude, that game fucking slaps. It's so good.
It's one of those games where you boot it up on the Steam Deck and just kind of just go.
And then the last thing, I don't need to speak to it again. I think I talked about Rogue Legacy 2 for multiple minutes when it came out, and I put in quite a number of hours. I also it was free recently from Epic, and I loaded on Steam Deck, which is Midnight Suns.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah!
And Midnight Suns is pretty good. All right, so here's what I'll say about Midnight Suns. It feels like they got confused about what the game was going to be while they were making it, because it feels like it was supposed to be a full open world live service game, and they were like, oh shit. And then it was 1 year until release, and they're like, we can't do it. We can't do that kind of game. They're like, okay, let's close it in a little bit. And they're like, what if it's like a semi open world, what the shit was the other thing I said?
You didn't say anything else. That's all you said.
No. I said, semi open world, semi live service game. What if it was that? Because obviously there's some live service, which is that there's DLC characters and there's DLC we'll add in more missions and stuff like that after the fact. And the semi open world is that there's a hub area where you have to go, and I don't know. It's like there's this oddity.
What if you could date Doctor Strange enough that you can see him in a swimsuit?
I mean, kind of like, yeah, it's like that kind of stuff where like there's this bit where like, why don't you walk around the Abbey and see how many resources you can collect so you can upgrade some skills? And you're like, do I have to? And you're like, well, if you want to beat the game, you do. And you're like,
let me just get to my cards, damn it.
And you're like, okay, fine. The gameplay loop itself is good. You know,
I like the way the card battling
it's
works.
just the XCOM loop.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I have my units. I'm going to level them up or like improve them in any capacity. And then, you build a deck and you're like, this is my character that I want to play this game with. And you do missions and, it works really well. I can't help but feel the disjointedness of the other game design that I just described. But that part aside, like cutscenes, good. Voice acting, good. Story. What did you say?
The writing's really funny.
Yeah, the writing's good. That's what I mean. Like all of the parts that
they made a comic book game and not an MCU game.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's like, and not only that, but they made a comic game that wasn't based in an existing. I mean, is it based in an existing comic? You tell me, JJ.
Not directly, but conceptually, there's.
I would assume not because the character is literally called Hunter,
unique,
and it's.
But like, because you play as a created character in it, but like, the Midnight Sun stuff is the magic stuff was kind of hot when that game was being developed. So.
It's like one of those things of like, there are multiple things that will keep you going, which are the writing, which are the voice acting, like kind of kills it in many capacities.
Matthew Mercer, man, you can't go wrong with him.
Who did Mercer play?
He plays as Hunter.
He plays Hunter. Oh, I don't know.
Male Hunter.
Oh yeah, you play the girl.
I rolled into the female Hunter, who also does really well. I did not look up who.
Let's see who it is. Laura Bailey, maybe. I don't
know. Maybe. I thought you were about to define it as Laura Bailey. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
How's the combat? How's the actual game?
That's what I'm saying. Like the game is like, it's good. Like, there's strategic elements to it. Like if you build a deck, like you can fuck it up.
Never heard of this lady before.
I don't know. I thought she did good. So like, you build a deck for you assemble a team of 3. Your character, the Hunter, plus 2 others from the assembled Midnight Suns and Avengers, and you just, you have attack cards, you have strategic cards, you get 3 plays per turn, but there's ways to play more cards than that I won't go into the utmost detail on. And you move across the battlefield, it works. I don't know. I mean, like it feels strategic in the right ways.
I think the coolest thing about it is there's moves where you can launch enemies into your friends, and into breakable things. Yeah. So combos can like naturally happen, and there's all these like hazards and traps and stuff that you have to like plan around that they can also use against you if you're not careful. But it's like really fun, kind of like set up all these like little like death like holes for these like schlubs that you're fighting. It's really. Engaging.
It took the usual thing of like, Hydra is the big bad, and there is nothing other than an extreme litany of Hydra grunts to fight, but still kept it interesting.
Yeah, and it came out 2 years after the Avengers game came out, and everyone was just fucking sour as shit about non-Spider-Man.
You're like, are we gonna continue? Are we gonna continue the shit about Avengers or what? Like, what's the MCU at?
Like, the Guardians game came out around that same time too, and like that neither of them performed particularly well, but like
they reviewed well.
It's just the mass was just the Marvel.
It's just like the movie mass didn't
It's oversaturated, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
it just doesn't migrate. The movie interest doesn't translate into game interest.
Like nobody has figured that out yet. Even Marvel themselves, they think that the movies are gonna like goose up their comic sales, and
they could
it ain't the same shit.
Always done, and like have a movie tie-in game that sucks, but will sell anyway.
Yeah,
it'd be cool if Marvel decided to actually like do like storylines from the comics and do them actually right. Then people would actually try and care about the comics.
because
but like anytime you talk to people, it's like, this was in the comic, but it was way cooler. Like, why would I care about these movies then?
What was cool about the what was it? The Ultimate Alliance games and X-Men Legends games.
Those were good.
They did a pretty good way. They adapted the storylines they were going for pretty well, but not one-to-one, but like it didn't like ruin it felt like the storyline that like it's not like how the Infinity Gauntlet movie plays nothing like the Infinity Gauntlet anything else. Like, so yeah, because like, what was it? X-Men Legends 2 was the Age of Apocalypse. I think Ultimate Alliance 2 was the Civil War. Which there's no winning that. Nobody liked the Civil War comic. Nobody liked.
Yeah, everybody remembers.
Why are you giving a? What did you do?
I don't know. Second week in a row that's happened, and Johnny has.
I don't know. I was just like scratching my side, and like that's very strange.
Anyways, I love the Civil War. I think we should go back to it.
Civil War with me.
But he doesn't mean the comic book Civil War.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the real one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shut up.
I saw that movie. I know what you want.
Jesse Plemons was cool.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
He's my favorite character in the movie. All right.
All right. Can I talk about my games now?
Johnny, talk about your games now.
I've been playing a few games. Number one.
All right, Zach. What do you? No.
Why don't you actually record on a computer next time, bud?
Hey, I don't have a computer. I only have the Steam Deck.
Okay, and put a webcam on it.
I'm trying. It's hard. The number one thing that I picked up was American Truck Simulator.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
That's right. I'm the head of a big rig now.
Did you get any of the DLC? Did you get the Washington State DLC?
No, I didn't get anything because like the main game is $2. So I've been just getting high at night and just being one with the road.
Yeah.
When the rubber hits the road, that's all I wear. That's where I want to be. I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna be a trucker.
You're gonna be like that one.
Bullshit! You're a coward. You won't do
it. I'll post my my profile pic in the because that game has amazing profile pics.
Yeah, it does
for the truckers. But I'll post that in the Discord later. But
Johnny's just living out an Orville Peck song in there, just
being sad and gay.
Yeah, there's a truck. He did a trucking song, leading the.
Anyway, so I got that, and I also picked up a couple new indie games. One is called Stray Shot, which is like a
been there.
Thanks, Zach.
All right. Is this the Interrupt Johnny hour? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, are you talking?
What the fuck?
15 reviews on Steam. What the heck?
The cool thing is I could just mute your mic too if I wanted to, like this. And...
it's a little arcade game basically. You shoot the walls and then monsters come out and then you shoot the monsters. That's it.
Hell yeah. That's a gameplay loop, baby.
It's surprisingly very, very good. Very arcadey. I find myself just like, I got a few minutes. I'll just load this up and play a couple rounds and see how far I can get, and that's it. It's just a little top-down twin stick shooter.
I love
Very
twin stick
fun.
shooters,
Hey,
man.
Johnny, on your Steam profile, I see you bought a little unknown indie game called Castle Crashers. What's that about?
It was on
Man.
sale. I was like, you know what? Might as well.
You're
add
like,
to the
man,
inventory."
what if I experienced what 2005 was like?
Yeah,
I bought. Yeah, you know what? I'm not ashamed to say I bought Castle Crashers because it's
Why
been
not?
about 15 years since I played it. So
yeah, it's
I was
retro
like,
now.
what? I was like, you know what? I want
Dude,
to feel what
it
it's
is
like
retro.
to be 23-year-old Johnny, playing on Newgrounds and shit. Yeah, I bought that too. There's nothing really much to say about it.
Gosh, I've seen it. It's been at every PAX for like 20 years.
Yeah. You know what? They can have my money about that.
Yeah.
So got that. And then I also
Alien Hominid too. Anything else you want?
Yeah. It's okay.
I
This is a
also-
safe space.
What
Have you seen the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny?
All right, I'm out of here. See you guys later.
Bye, Johnny. I like the keyboard hanging from the ceiling. That's a good aesthetic.
I was trying to get like some like ambiance in my basement here, but I didn't have enough time, and also, Anyway, yeah, I'm also playing this game called Swarm Grinder. It's also a very tiny
Been
little.
there.
Yeah, because you got crabs. It's like I don't know what the genre is when you when it's like Vampire Survivors or whatever. I don't know what we're calling it these days.
I think we're just
it's a typecast like.
typecast like
Typecast
call it.
But yeah, you pick up
Calling
a
it
thing,
anything
you
other
automatically
is
attack,
you're-
you like
you
a bunch
just-
of things, and yeah. I haven't really played it too much yet, but it's pretty okay.
After you say it's a Vampire Survivors or typecast like now Swarm Grinder, you're like, oh yeah, that's actually a good name for that, huh?
Yeah. I forget what they're called. They're
I've
called
been playing
like.
Cobalt Core a lot too, so
Oh yeah.
Cobalt Core is cool.
yeah, it's kick ass. It's very, very
Yeah.
good. And also like it has a lot more charm than I ever thought one of these games could have. So, pick that up.
Games like Vampire Survivor or like Swarm Grinder are called heaven shooters because we got bullet hells.
Instead of
Yeah, it's like reverse.
Yeah, it's called heaven shooters. Whenever I was doing
Ah.
typecast research on subreddits and stuff, that's what I found. Is they call them heaven shooters.
Absolutely. I'm
The
absolutely
guys are
never
part
gonna
of the guys are part of the bullet hell fandom. Like,
all those
Being all
those
high and
hell
mighty
fans.
about it.
All those
Yeah, like,
Tuhu guys are out there.
yeah, no, because I posted our game in there. I was like, "Hey, check out our bullet hell," and they're like, "Actually, this is a heaven shooter or whatever." I was like, "Okay, whatever."
It's not
Okay, see you, nerds. I've never played that. I know Zach's got stuff going up, so I'll
Ooh.
just say what I've been playing because it's nothing new. I got the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition on Steam sale. That's
Whatever that is.
That's a wacky game. I don't know what why they went this way with the like.
Was this the Devil May Cry one?
Yeah, that's the one where it's just got like fucking air, like you could like air juggle and shit and wave dash in this fucking Star Wars game.
Yes.
And it covers like all 9 movies, and has like the Galactic Edition just adds a bunch more characters. Like,
Is
hey, you want
Is the game written by a woman?
probably it's probably all DEI.
Or
Yeah.
DIE, as I like to say.
See, you have fun.
Jesus, shut up.
But that was my that's like the only thing I've bought thus far on the Steam sale. Although my cart is loaded right now, so who knows what the feature.
You know what else is loaded? The bases are loaded. Okay.
Oh, I did get
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
so GOG just released the original Resident Evil PC edition.
Oh yeah.
So I grabbed that because I'm like, I love that original Resident Evil. It's like one of those
Jill sandwich.
Yeah. I had never played the vanilla PC version of Resident Evil 1 before. I was always the PlayStation and PlayStation Director's Cut version of that game. And so like booting it up and having the intro being like the actual original intro that's like in color with all the gore and Chris is smoking. You're just like, oh hell yeah, now we're talking. They added some like some stuff for like just to run it like modern resolutions and stuff, but like none of the fixes or changes that came in later releases or stuff are there. It's not like it's like the perfect edition of Resident Evil, but you know, for $10 and just to like load it up on my Steam Deck and just kind of play the original Resident Evil, like yeah, it's a great game. And they got the other two coming out later in the year, so 2 and 3 are coming out, so that'll be fun. I never think of those as PC games, even though like so it's always like those are PlayStation and like the first one to me is a PlayStation and Saturn game like that. Like
well, yeah, it's like Metal Gear Solid 1 and like Final Fantasy 7 both have native PC ports.
Yeah, like that was just a weird time where like you didn't see PC ports, so like those existing as PC ports was weird because like the PC ports they were doing at the time were just like old games. Like you want to get like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on PC. Well, you can. Here's the port of it.
And it's in a huge box like this.
Yeah. And this, you know, emulation was just barely like if you wanted to download some ROMs, it was still gonna take you over a 56K. Take a good chunk of time.
I just got Bleem, man.
Yeah, get the Bleemcast. Play your PlayStation games on a Dreamcast.
Get bleamed.
Bleamed, baby. But yeah, no, that Resident Evil 1 still.
Taylor unmuted himself just for that.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor, for the input.
He's eating something. He's eating something nasty.
I'm eating some sourdough pretzels.
Oh, sick. Hell yeah. I could go for a pretzel right now.
I can use my here. This way you won't know what I'm eating.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I wonder what he's eating.
Probably ass.
Am I muted or not?
He's eating a hard-boiled egg with the shell on.
My favorite.
Crunchy.
That's where all the calcium is, the shell.
Gulp?
Yeah.
All
right, Zach. Zach. Now's your time to shine, Zach.
Okay. I'll talk about the big one first because I want to. Been playing Final Fantasy 14 new expansion. Yep.
Tell me.
So what's really cool about this for people who don't know is this expansion is the first expansion post their first story. So like the last 10 years have been like this build up of a big story overall, like five expansions, crazy stuff. So this is their first foray into something new without like all this established lore that we've had before. So they've kind of taken the like established lore we've had, but kind of like expanded it into like, hey, there's this region that is kind of unexplored, and they kind of like reach out. There's like this character that reaches out to you is like, hey, like there's a trial of champions and I'm looking for someone and I've heard about you and I want you to be my partner in this whole thing. So basically you go to this like native world. There's all these different races and stuff, not tribal people as people have been calling them, but there's different races. And basically like the king of this nation has 4 kids and he's like, hey, like I'm getting old. I need to retire. And my 4 kids, you need to do all these quests to kind of, so I can figure out who's the right successor to the throne. So they use that as like this way to like introduce you to all this new lore and this new world and stuff, which is really interesting. They take you from like place to place, kind of like introducing you to each place's like culture and what their thing is. And like, there's not really a lot of fighting or any like, there's not a lot of like fighting content really. It's a lot of talking, a lot of walking around, exploring, kind of seeing the world, which is what Final Fantasy 14 is. It's more so that kind of game than it is like a fighting game, kind of like WoW. You're constantly doing shit. But in this game, it's like they want you to explore the world and learn about the people, the characters, and everything, and it's just really cool. But I just wanted to just talk about how I think it's interesting how they're really focusing on like individual cultures and kind of like elevating this new like world by having you the player kind of like talk to these people in these different places, these different races you've never met before, and kind of learning about the spices that they use on their food and why this like one dish is so important because of this like war that happened in the past between different cultures and blah blah blah. So it's really interesting to use this like succession to the throne as a lens for the main character to experience, as aka you the player to kind of see like all this stuff. It's really cool. It's weird for an MMO to have this as like a story, but yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, but can you answer me one question?
What's up?
How woke is it?
It's pretty. The games are pretty woke, dude. Like,
this is extremely important to me.
Yeah,
I mean, Taylor. I mean, Taylor is the only person who's like played it all the way through, basically, and he can probably attest to it.
Until this expansion, I'm current. So
yeah, like it's pretty woke. It has like I was saying in the Discord, like they got rid of the word like tribal.
Wait,
basically. What? They got rid of the word tribal because they like in lore they established like it was made by like that word was used by a racist guy to describe different races, and like that's been a thing.
The witch. God, what's
it's like some Lalafell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's like
so
like this
SideQuesting petition.org.
So like
I'm really laughing at a racist Lalafell.
Yeah, dude, they're pretty racist, to be honest. They're like the race that like to like test on people and do like really like out of their experiments for science and for magic, you know. Yeah, like the whole story basically of the first two expansions is like people taking races that are different than them and like using them as like fuel to like power summoning of like gods. Essentially, is like that's like what the story is for the most part. So like,
I for one can't believe that a fantasy setting would be used for racial allegory.
Yeah, which is also kind of weird to me that the Final Fantasy 14 team did that, and then they kind of missed the mark with it in Final Fantasy 16. I always thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
How they you know,
the same guys,
like... the same guy who wrote those. You know, it's kind of weird. But yeah. And then so here's the thing that I love about Final Fantasy 14 is the game isn't afraid to be a game. Like it's like not afraid to be like really stupid. So there's these things in the game called jump puzzles that only people who are like really into the game know about. So like you'll just like go into a city and you'll like if you go behind a building, you'll find like little platforms sticking out of a building, and it's like a little puzzle to like jump up on top of the building and you'll get like a prize. Basically there's these things called vistas that you get, and basically they like give you like lore about whatever. So I've been doing a bunch of jump puzzles, and that's just like really it's just really cool. I just love that the game's like, yeah, so it looks really cool on the front, but when you go in the back it looks like shit. There's always like little steps sticking out, and it's just like, yeah, it's just cool that like Square Enix's biggest selling game ever is like, hey, you know what? Look at this. It looks ugly, huh? You're like, yeah. He's like, let's go jump up of it. You're like, okay, and you do. Yeah, I just love that game. I keep thinking about that game. It's like I think it's my favorite game ever.
It certainly always sounds and feels like it. You can hear the love in your voice when you talk about it every time.
I love it, dude.
It's palpable.
It's so good.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah,
there really isn't.
It's just so consistent and it's so interesting. The amount of like writing in it that is top tier is crazy. It's like Shakespearean at some points. It's really just, I don't know. And then you have these like memes in there, like the narwhal beckons is a new quest in the game, which is like so stupid. But I love it. It's just
it's one of those things where like they always nail the the scene between really stupid but also endearing.
Yeah,
and they always split the difference on it. It's like you know exactly what they're referencing. It's like, wow, that's really fucking stupid. But then they also still rate it in the way that they're like, yeah, oh god, these silly guys, and you just still like it.
Yeah, there's a new fit. So like so in the game you can fish and you can like, there's a bunch of fishing, crazy. Anyways, there's this new fish in it. Like, so they like to put memes on the fish descriptions. And there's this new fish that's a whale, and it's called a well. And it's just, like, it's so stupid.
Dumb.
It's so stupid. But it's like, oh, okay, you guys are cute, like,
we played a lot of Animal Crossing. We know what to do here.
Yeah. Oh, it's a well. I mean, just overall, I'm like halfway through the expansion, maybe like 25 hours, 30 hours into it, which is the average kind of play time. They're like 60-hour single player JRPGs essentially.
It's pretty nuts, especially with how long the free trial is at this point too.
Yeah, the free trial you can play you can get like 400 hours of story.
It's crazy.
Free trial. It's up to Shadowbringers.
It's like the first 3 expansions.
Oh shit!
I think they expanded it.
I think it might be 4. The first 4 expansions.
It's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah,
it's an incredible amount of.
Well, and what's cool is like you can play it as a single player game if you want to. Like, you can just play as a story. The story levels you up. The dungeons level you up because you do them in the story, and the story. Easy. Yeah, the story gates you in certain zones. So it's like, okay, here's the next story zone. So you're in this zone, you do all the story stuff. Okay, go to the next zone. Here's the next zone. And it's like it like railroads you through, but it doesn't feel arbitrary. It never feels like forced. It's just really crazy. I'll always sing the praises.
It's one of the only things that I can think of that actually properly encapsulates a single player game inside an MMORPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like nothing else does it like it.
So you have to do the story to unlock the content that you want to do. Like if you want to be a raider, you have to do the story. Like if you don't do the story, you're not going to level up.
You have to play the story until you get to the golden saucer.
Yeah. And then you can
thumbs up again. It's recognizing you doing a thumbs up.
But then the golden saucer you can play
there it is.
In the golden saucer, you can you can breed and raise chocobos in the golden saucer and play triple triad, and then you can also play Fall Guys in there if you want to, like official Fall Guys, which is crazy. And then
that's right, I forgot.
The Fall Guys map is actually insane.
Yeah, well, there's triple triad, which is the thing from Final Fantasy VIII, right, or 9, 8. Yeah, so you can make your own. So you get cards from dungeons, and you have to roll on them against different players in the dungeon, and you get the cards and you make your deck. And then in each expansion and each zone, there's players you can play against that are NPCs. You get more cards, you build your deck. It's been a consistent thing since the second expansion, which is crazy. It's nuts the stuff that's in this game. Yeah,
I've spent so much time in the golden saucer.
Dude. I play the lottery every week. I do my scratch offs every day. Play triple triad every day. I do the jump puzzles every day. I'm
just a completely normal guy.
Yeah. I got the second highest whatever lottery ticket draw last week, which was pretty
Well, you didn't post about it, so
not a big deal.
Yeah, But yeah, besides that, I mean, I haven't really been playing much besides the Monster Hunter puzzle game, which is like,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
that game
Oh,
is crazy.
I forgot to mention that I was playing that.
I think all four of us are.
It's really good. It's crazy, dude. Like I love it.
Yeah, listen, it's all right.
I love it. I love match 3 games, but I also love match 3 games that have like weird mechanics. You know?
Yeah. I love a
Like,
match 3 game that tax bullshit in there to keep me playing the match 3 shit.
Yeah, no, there's a Dragon Quest one that was Japan exclusive that I played for a couple years. It's called okay, hey, so I'll talk to you. What kind of scratchers am I picking up? Yeah, so it's just like you have these little scratchers where you have to like get the numbers and then you scratch them and then you get coins for it. I don't know how to explain it.
Just so you know who Zach is talking to.
But yeah, so the Monster Hunter, so Monster Hunter puzzle, whatever. So there's this match 3 one that I was playing from Japan called Dungeon Meshi. Not Dungeon Meshi, is Dungeon Quest Keshi, I think, which is like erasers. It's like it's like Dragon Quest Eraser with pencil match 3. Yeah. And this reminds me a lot of that. So I'm like, oh hey, it's back, yay! So I like that.
You know what this game reminds me of?
What?
Candy Crush. Reminds me a lot of Candy Crush.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, like Johnny,
Candy Crush is fun.
I unironically agree with you. Where like
I mean,
it like
It's
I
a
mean
match
like
3.
how do you avoid making the similarity, right?
I kind of wish it was more. Being Monster Hunter, part of me was like, I kind of wish it was like Monster Hunter Puzzle Quest. But
Yeah, I would agree with that.
ooh, that would be awesome.
I would say the Marvel Puzzle Quest game is really fun. That's
it is. I like the Marvel Puzzle Quest. I play that one.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just like we're gonna keep increasingly difficult match 3 games until the maps are so hard that you cannot succeed until you use the power up.
Yeah, or you use your diamonds or whatever to like
give us $3 for some jewels.
Yep.
I find a lot myself, like that.
I find myself like one move away from winning the thing, and it's like, all right, well, I guess I'll like spend my 900 coins or whatever they are
to continue.
You guys were asking about what my what the fuck are they called? Felines. You guys were asking about what mine looked like. Mine is a green cat with sleepy eyes.
Join the club, buddy.
Yeah.
Mine has the extremely worried eyes.
And I named him Meowarana. Meowarana.
I just gave my cat my name. I'm like, I'm the cat.
What, loser?
Oh man, you got me. Anyways, goodbye, Zach.
Now that we're talking about this, I'm realizing how much the game kind of sucks, but I still like it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's like,
I
okay,
like
this
that.
sucks, but like, you know, I'm over here having some fun.
Listen, don't get me wrong.
Game.
I played it a bunch.
Yeah,
it's free. It's not bad.
Yeah,
like,
it's match 3 games. I like the Monster Hunter aesthetic. The whole everything being a cat pun really, really does it for me.
I still like the city building aspect. I like bringing them their little nuts and being like, let's see what these guys are gonna get up to today. You know, like that's just like I'm sitting on the toilet, like let me get some nuts while I'm sitting here. You know, oh yeah, and then besides that, I've been playing Egg Inc., which is like the best incremental idle game ever created. Is fucking crazy, dude. I've been playing that for like a month and a half straight, and like, oh my god,
but not banana.
No,
that fucking scam.
Not banana, dude. Egg Inc. is so good.
Yeah, I downloaded that when you mentioned it on the Discord. It's pretty good.
Dude, it's so good. It's just like it constantly introduces new things. The progression is they've really nailed it. And it's like I've been playing it for a month and a half and haven't gotten bored. It's like a game where I'm like, I gotta check in on my chickens, you know, and I check in, then I prestige, and then
that's
I get more.
I always feel like that's what what my idle games are. I have 3 idle games that I'm doing right now. One is Egg Inc. One is the Norp Apologue, and the other one is Trimps. And every time
Shrimps is crazy, dude.
I
Shrimps
gotta
is
check
good.
out my Trimps. I gotta check out my Norps, and now I gotta check out my chickens.
Also, the new MiHoYo game comes out tonight. Zenless Zone Zero, the Devil May Cry action game. So I'll be downloading that after the show and playing that instead of playing Final Fantasy.
The response to ZZZ is going to be very interesting to me.
I'm excited because it's the combat designers from Honkai Impact 3rd, which plays really well. I love the way that game feels. So I'm excited to see what they do here. But like, I am such a sucker for the MiHoYo aesthetic and like budget and all this. Like, it's just crazy how their games look, how their games play, how their games feel. It's like, oh my god! Like I know it's slop, but I just eat it up, dude. Like, I love everything about like every game that they make.
It's not stopping anybody else.
What?
It said it's not stopping anybody else.
Oh yeah. Dude, it's so good.
Nowadays are just like MiHoYo verse bullshit.
Dude, nobody does it like them. It's crazy. Like they like genuinely do care about their games, which is kind of nuts for like how big they are. But just the quality is like out of this world. It's insane. And the characters are hot, which is even better.
I mean, like, they don't do what they did without that being the case, right?
Right.
On both sides of the spectrum, right? Like they made extremely desirable characters, both male and female, and I don't think that it does. I don't think it accomplishes what it did without that being the case.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Genshin Impact is such an impact on the industry. So it's cool to see them. Like, it's cool to see a company take like, okay, we made a bunch of billions of dollars off this game. Let's actually invest money into other teams that we have to like make other things. It's really cool that they are doing that and allowing their other teams to actually make stuff instead of being like, okay, you're testing the Genshin machine, you know, like, it's really cool. And Zenless Zone Zero is the one I've been interested in because the aesthetic is really interesting and the gameplay looks super sick. So I'm excited to play that. And then that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, everyone. That's it. This one's going to the toilet. I don't know why. Dali's got a bunch of these.
Oh, you know,
Dali's got a bunch of these things just ready to go. That
Ooh,
Phil Spencer one that we can just pop.
Ooh. Wait.
What's up?
How about a campfire? Want a campfire?
Never mind. I can't talk about this game. I forgot.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm under strict NDA on this game, but everyone knows it exists, but I can't talk
Is it
about
the one I gave? Or is it the
No.
Okay.
It's the one so the guys that make Steam, they have a game and I've been playing it. And I can't talk it.
It starts with the D and ends with the lock, and it's like, you know,
I've been playing
it.
It might be really good. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. I think
I'm
it's
just saying,
be,
like, you know, it's early access, and everybody thinks it's like, oh wow, this is not. It's not Team Fortress 2, and it's also not Overwatch, and it's still.
If you want your Team Fortress 2, you got to play Fusion Funko or Funko Fusion.
I will say it's interesting to have a third-person game like this that actually has like corners and angles and skill shots that you have to hit to play.
Taking things that they learned from Counter-Strike and be like, yeah, what if we did this except on a more interesting game?
Yeah, it's really, that's what they did. It's like Smite if you actually had to do skill shots and aim and like no angles and stuff, which is I think what the genre needs 100%. So I'm just saying that without saying what it is. You can, if you're smart, you can guess. I don't know, but yeah. Oh my God, it's the guy I see on TikTok. There he is.
I see him all the time.
It's Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson.
I forgot to mention this. When it was my turn. because I said at the beginning that I was
No.
going to yeah, no, I'm bringing it back. I said I was going to talk about anime, and I'm going to bring it up real quick. That's a dog butt. And so today was the start of Oshinoko season 2.
Oh no,
And
dude.
it is a nerd alert time. And Zach, did you watch all of the first season? Did you watch the first season? Why not?
I just never got around to it. I know it's good.
It's there, especially if you are like, man, I care. I mean, I think it correlates a lot if you like VTubers. I think it translates a lot if you care about. I don't know,
women's rights.
I mean, like, yeah, kind of. It's just like the Japanese idol industry overall. It goes deeper than just that, but I think that the Japanese idol industry translates a lot into the VTuber industry.
Yes,
so
the same shit.
It's the same shit. Just like they were like, what if we pivoted? And they were like, oh shit, this shit's fucking rocking. Let's go.
What if we made women, but they were actually objects? For
literally objects. They're like, oh my god, everybody loves it.
Oh my god, everyone's going crazy. I wonder why. What the heck? Yeah.
And Oshinoko is an anime that was like, this is us diving into that industry and everything about it, except that's for some reason people got reincarnated. But like they pivot away from that aspect of it so quickly. I won't say necessarily adeptly. I think they do it pretty well. But anyway, so season 1 was 2022, I think, maybe 2021, and season 2 just started. That episode just dropped today. Anyway, it's like okay, now we're gonna like season 2 started. They didn't even cover any recap of the last one. They're like, we're talking about a stage play, which is another very Japanese oriented kind of IP distribution. It's not something that really happens in the US. And it's just like, there's nothing else out there that does it like what Oshinoko does. There was another anime that did it about actually the making of anime, and I can't remember what it is.
Shirobako.
Yeah, Shirobako, which was
like, off the top of my dome, dude.
I know because it's so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's one of the top. It's like literally an anime about making anime and all of the facets of the industry of like making junior producers. Yeah, literally like mental and physical abuse. Making junior producers run and collect individual manga panels from the original creators and the storyboard artists, and just like all of that, like pulling a producer out of the depths of depression so that they can actually finish the fucking storyboards and all that kind of shit. Anyway, it's like that.
Except eating a donut in the shower.
All of that shit except translated into the idol industry, and I don't know. Anyway, the new episode literally dropped like right before this, or at least I watched it right before we started recording here. I don't know. I felt,
dude, guys, you know what else has been crazy good? One Piece. Oh my god, Johnny isn't caught up, but oh my god, dude, this is crazy.
Johnny, you don't even know what you're missing, brother.
All of us are caught up except Johnny over here.
I gotta. The site that you gave me, the TCB scans. Like it's not working for me anymore. It's like some of the pages are missing or something like that. So
yeah, so this is what you do. You go to Viz Media, Shonen Jump, whatever, and pay $3 a month and just read them all.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I've been playing Viz $3 a month for quite a while. Just do it, man. I pay all of the back chapters.
Yeah, so that but here's the thing: they're gonna call Zoro Zolo, and you're gonna have to get over it. Okay?
Yeah, deal with it.
It's like, let's go get him, Zolo, or like, who the hell is that? Oh yeah, Zoro.
It's the hardest part about the whole thing.
Jackson's having a good old time over here. He's the star of the show now.
I stopped using Viz Media for the Kodansha one. I forget what it's called. Hold
Plus.
on. Yeah, Mango Plus is really good. It's not Kodansha, it's Shueisha. It's really good. It has more manga. It has Sakamoto Days, which is really fucking good.
So does
Yeah.
Viz, but that's
And
all right.
Chainsaw Man, which so does Viz,
Yeah.
but
So does Viz. That's all right.
Chainsaw Man Part 2, the main character got jerked off and everyone got mad, which is awesome.
Yeah, people really
Have
did
they
not
not
like
been
that one. That was,
reading
about,
Chainsaw Man?
that was like a month ago. People were not happy about that.
People were not happy that Denji
Oh,
got
they
a
did not like
little
that.
HJ, you know, they're like, why is he getting an HJ and not me? You know, that was cool.
Well,
but yeah, it just
let's
has more
end it on this-
stuff on it. Let me see here. It has, let's see something that they have Oshinoko. I don't know if that's on Viz. Kagurabashi, underrated, really good. Let's see. Freaking Blue Box, Blooming Love.
Are we just
Drunk
reading?
Bullet.
Are we just going down mangas now? Is that
Yeah,
where we're at?
I'm just looking.
Dally's
They
not
got
here.
this,
I'm the
and
one
then
that
they
always
got
gets
this,
blamed
and
for
then they
dragging
got
these on, and then we're like,
Hey, I'm just shilling the shueisha.co.jp website,
Yeah, they really needed your
mangaplus.com.
business. Thank you.
yeah. I mean, we get press emails from Shueisha quite a bit. So,
Hey, give me a free sub, dude. I pay you $6 a month and make it free.
to wrap things up, I just want to point out that July 3rd, 12 years ago today, the original Theater Rhythm came out.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
And 22 years ago, Warcraft 3 was released. So
Yikes.
Holy shit.
So,
Did you guys know
So
that
old.
Did you guys know that the new Theater Rhythm game was unable to be played on February 29th?
yes.
There's
Yes,
just, like,
I did.
The date just
Why?
like not playable. I don't know. It's just a thing that happened.
It has to do with the leap year, and it just whatever they did, got kicked out for a day.
It's like, okay, I can't play my game for a day because it's the 29th.
Let's just zoom in.
There's that girl from that
Sensually.
one comic.
We'll just zoom in sensually
Dude,
on
Garfield looks like my character in Final Fantasy.
He does actually. All right, everyone. Listen, we've been going. Even for me, this is dragging on.
This is a short one.
I know.
Yeah, this is a short one.
It's only an hour and
This
22 minutes.
This has been a
I
really
think
good podcast.
Yeah, I think Zach just reading the Wikipedia page for.
No, I was on mangaplus.shueisha.co.jp reading the manga names.
So, anyways,
/join/code.
AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door was on Sunday. And I'm just gonna go into the wrestling section now since this is just what we're doing.
I gotta go.
Yeah. The light's blinking. We got. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Join the Discord. SideQuesting, was it? SideQuesting TV, I think, is the YouTube and the Twitch.
Watch
somewhere.
the Quest 64 episode, which is our
Watch
most
the Quest 64
episode.
episode. That was very fun.
The most popular episode by popular demand.
By popular demand, it is the most viewers I'd ever seen in that top left corner box over there. But I also streamed it on Twitch. Not Twitch, Twitter, which Dali seems to be kind of against, but I
mean, it gave us a lot of views. So.
Get the views on X, man. You have to have a word with that old man when he comes back from Italy or
he's actually just from Italy. He's at the restaurant Italy.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, see you all next week. Bye, everyone. Bye. See ya. I should hit end.